At 6, the Princess of Wales has just announced that she is undergoing treatment for cancer. Here now is a very personal message from her, which has just been released, in which she explains what has been happening in recent weeks.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery. It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family, but I've had a fantastic medical team who have taken great care of me, for which I'm so grateful. In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present. My medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I'm now in the early stages of that treatment. This, of course, came as a huge shock, and William and I have been doing everything we can to process and manage this privately for the sake of our young family. As you can imagine, this has taken time. It has taken me time to recover from major surgery in order to start my treatment. But most importantly, it has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte and Louis in a way that's appropriate for them and to reassure them that I'm going to be okay. As I've said to them, I am well and getting stronger every day by focusing on the things that will help me heal in my mind, body and spirits. Having William by my side is a great source of comfort and reassurance too, as is the love, support and kindness that has been shown by so many of you. It means so much to us both. We hope that you'll understand that as a family, we now need some time, space and privacy while I complete my treatment. My work has always brought me a deep sense of joy, and I look forward to being back when I'm able. But for now, I must focus on making a full recovery. At this time, I'm also thinking of all those whose lives have been affected by cancer. For everyone facing this disease, in whatever form, please do not lose faith or hope. You are not alone.
The Princess of Wales with a very personal message that was filmed on Wednesday in Windsor. Well, our royal correspondent Daniela Ralph is with me now. A huge shock to Catherine, as she says. It's going to be a huge shock to millions of other people as well.
Yeah, that's right. A huge shock, as you say, to the Princess of Wales, and clearly a very deeply upsetting time for her and her family in recent weeks. And what's very clear from hearing from the team around the Prince and Princess today is that this has been entirely driven by trying to protect the children. That has been the focus of the Prince and Princess of Wales in recent weeks. It is why this news has come out today. Today is when Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis break up from school for the Easter holidays, and it was felt that this was the moment to go public because they are now able to protect them as parents, protect their children from the scrutiny and the spotlight that might have been going on had they still been at school. They now have 2 to 3 weeks to spend some time privately as a family, and the Prince and Princess of Wales had wanted to make sure they tell the children properly, appropriately about this diagnosis and give them time to take that in. So that is why it is today that we have found out.
And the tone of her message, I am well, she says in that video. I hope to make a full recovery. I mean, that is very much her tone, isn't it, her message?
Yeah, we are told that the Princess is feeling very positive and is very hopeful of making a full recovery. I think anybody who has just watched that video message, they will see her vulnerability in it and see how difficult things have been for her. But I also think that it's clearly been a very difficult time in terms of speculation and rumour. And that video is Catherine, in her own words, done in her own way. And the hope is that she will now be able to perhaps quell some of that more outlandish rumour and speculation about her condition.
A very difficult time as well for the monarchy, isn't it? The monarchy being all about stability.
That's right. It is a very unstable time for the monarchy and the British royal family at the moment. We're not going to see the Princess of Wales for some time on any kind of normal schedule of public duty. We're also not seeing the King very much either, as he is undergoing his own cancer treatment. So there are two key significant figures from public life missing, and it is very noticeable. But the royal family say that both are doing well. They want to focus on their recovery, having some privacy, and that they will be back in business on royal duty as soon as possible.
Daniela, thank you. And you've been looking back over the last few weeks and the impact that all of this has been having on the royal family. Let's see your report now.
This was the last official footage of the Princess of Wales with the royal family on Christmas Day at Sandringham, with her 3 children who she is now so keen to protect after going public with news of her diagnosis. Back in December, all seemed well as she spoke to the crowd.
Thank you so much. That's very sweet of you to come and say hello to us. Yeah, well, very happy Christmas.
But 3 weeks later, she was admitted to hospital for major abdominal surgery. It was in her post-operative tests that signs of cancer were found. The clamour for information about the princess's condition has been intense. This footage, published earlier this week, filmed by a member of the public, showed her shopping in Windsor with her husband last weekend. And this photo, released on Mother's Day, to ease some of the public speculation, did the opposite, with the princess issuing a statement to say she had made some edits to the image. A turning point appears to have been this Thanksgiving service in Windsor for King Constantine of Greece at the end of February. The rest of the royal family were there, but the Prince of Wales pulled out that morning, very suddenly, due to a personal matter. We now know this was around the time the princess was diagnosed and began her treatment. It has been an incredibly turbulent time for the family. The couple's priority has been to protect their children and ensure they have time to explain what's wrong to Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis. They now hope the speculation and rumours will stop as they spend time privately as a family for the Easter holiday. The princess won't be back to a full programme of public duty for some time. We may see her occasionally, but only when her medical team have approved. For now, the Princess of Wales wants time, space and privacy to deal with her diagnosis and recovery. Daniela Ralph, BBC News.
Well, let's talk to our medical editor, Fergus Walsh. Now, as with King Charles, we are being given very little information about what it exactly is that she's being treated for. But from the few details we have, what more can you tell us?
Okay, well, Sophie, we are not being told what type of cancer this is, nor what stage it was caught at. Now, both of those are crucial factors, and I'm not going to speculate on either of those, but the tone of the Princess of Wales statement is very positive in terms of recovery. What we have been told is that the cancer was found after she had this successful abdominal surgery, and it was discovered once the post-operative tests have been completed and the results have been reviewed. Now, she is now undergoing a course of what she described as preventative chemotherapy. That began late last month. Now, chemotherapy is an umbrella term for any drug treatment to kill cancer. Now, it can either be given to mop up any remaining cancer cells that may remain behind once there's been successful surgery to remove the cancer, or to ensure that the cancer doesn't return in the future. Now, it can be given as an infusion, but increasingly it can be given as tablets, daily tablets, and the treatment for cancer has transformed in recent years. Much of daily tablet treatment can be taken at home. In terms of the future, Catherine is stressing she is well and getting stronger every day.
She's 42 years old. She's only just turned 42. How unusual is it for a woman of her age to be treated for cancer like this?
Cancer touches the lives of every family. 1 in 2 of us will get cancer. Now, it is more common the older we get, but thousands of people every year are diagnosed at a younger age. 1,000 people a day in the UK are given a cancer diagnosis. Now, it is obviously a huge shock, a cancer diagnosis for any family, but 3 million people in the UK are living with cancer. And I think the message at the end, when Catherine urged others affected by cancer not to lose faith or hope, I think that is a key message this evening.
Absolutely. Fergus Walsh, our medical editor, thank you. Well, let's talk to Helena Wilkinson, our correspondent, who is in Windsor, where the family live, and the Easter holidays approaching, and the Princess of Wales making it very clear that the focus very much now for her is on her family at home.
Yes, that's absolutely right, Sophie. The news here in Windsor, a number of tourists outside the castle just starting to hear about the news of the Princess of Wales's cancer diagnosis. It will come as a shock across the world, but also to people who visit this tourist town and also residents here, because as you say, the Princess of Wales and her family, their 3 young children, live here in Windsor at Adelaide Cottage, which is around half a mile from where we live. And that very personal statement from Catherine we've had in the last 10 minutes or so, where she spoke about how they've had to, she and Prince William have had to talk to their 3 young children, George, Charlotte and Louis, in probably very careful words and very well thought out words about her cancer diagnosis, because for young children to hear that their mother has cancer will no doubt be very devastating and probably confusing as well. So what they'll be trying to do as a family is stay very close, of course, and keep very private here at their home in Windsor. They have been able to, on the whole, while Catherine has been recovering from what she has said this evening had been major abdominal surgery, but they will continue, or she will continue, her recovery here in Windsor. As you say, Sophie, the Easter holidays just getting underway for her 3 children, and the family felt like this was the right time to go public with the news, but now they clearly want space for her to continue with the preventative chemotherapy that she has been undertaking, started very recently.
Helena Wilkinson in Windsor, thank you very much. And we will, of course, return to that story later.